Welcome back, everybody. I got to tell you, JD and I put together, I think, our best inning of the year.
Yeah, man, we were spot on, man.
You were cracking me up, but we'll try to drop in some highlights of our analysis a little later. Yeah. But we do apologize, and thanks to Brian Anderson and Bill Schroeder, who hopefully said really nice things about us on the Brewers telecast. And we're back. Thanks for being patient. Segura, Perez, and Nelson against Arrieta, trying to settle in after a long third inning.
Finished it with a couple of strikeouts, his first 2 of the night, and a good start here, finding that outside third of the plate and down. Change up there to Segura. You don't see many change ups from Arrieta to right-handed hitters. So he's searching.
I think we should make a bootleg DVD of the lost inning. Just have one copy and, put it on eBay for charity or something.
Maybe do
a bunch of money for charity.
Some excerpts.
We won't do that because
best of the top of the 4th.
We have no right to retransmit or rebroadcast or bootleg this game without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Nor can you. 1-2.
He's going to try to disseminate him with a changeup. So it took Ross a long time to get there because this is atypical for Arrieta. David calling for everything but the changeup.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts.
You know, for Arrieta, of course, he's happy to get the strikeout, but watch his reaction as he misses badly again. He's shaking his head saying, man, I just can't get locked in here.
There's Perez at third base, but he's made starts at second, third, and short with Milwaukee. He's only 24. They got him on waivers from the Brewers in June. And he hits that one hard into right. And here's the statistically light hitting Jimmy Nelson. I feel like I had to clarify that.
They hit a pretty good bolt last time. Likely up here to bunt this time.
Bunted foul. So Scott Miller just tweeted, how many conversations do the Dodgers have regarding starting pitchers? Here's a quote from Andrew Friedman. I'm not even positive I can recite the 3-way trade we made. You hear about the haul the Dodgers made today?
Alex Wood and
there you go. Wood, Jim Johnson, Luis Avilan, Bronson Arroyo still coming back from Tommy John, and then they also got Matt Latos and Michael Morris.
See, I knew about Wood and Latos. I didn't realize the other guys were in the deal from Atlanta.
That's a trade.
There's going to be a lot of disappointed Dodgers because there's not enough room on the roster for all these people. They're going to have to flip some guys, or some of their players are going to be sent out, DFA'd or whatever. Angels have acquired about 9 outfielders in the last couple of days.
Perez ran and Nelson fouled and he strikes out.
Thursday, August 6th, the Cubs take on the Giants. First pitch, 7:05. First 10,000 fans at the ballpark receive a Cubs water bottle. Presented by Comcast Sports Net. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Held off by Parra.
Yeah, you just get the sense the Dodgers are in whatever it takes, whatever we need to trade, whatever we need to spend.
Yeah, if they could get Koufax and Hershiser out of retirement, felt it would help them, they'd do it.
They're kind of behaving like the George Steinbrenner Yankees. Meanwhile, the Giants keep nipping at their heels, just a half game back. And the Giants have been playing great baseball over the last couple of weeks.
Runner on the move, and the throw is late, knocked down by Castro. He was very aggressive on the bases tonight. Second steal for Perez.
Yeah, Jake is not particularly quick to home plate, and again, he doesn't give up a lot of hits. And the way Parra's been swinging the bat, obviously Craig Counsell wants to see people in scoring position for him.
Yeah, so how you feeling if you're Mike Bolsinger? 5-3 with a 283 and 16 starts. Sounds like he's going to get bumped from their rotation.
Kind of like Tanner Roark with the Nationals. 15-game winner last year. There was no home for him in their rotation at the start of this year. Giants have been quiet so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a move to add some pitching.
Chopper to Rizzo. Arrieta's got a cover, and he'll get there in time, and that will end the inning. On to the fifth. Milwaukee 2 and the Cubs nothing.
Carly posts.
Breaking up with the longest relationship I've ever had. Hashtag sad but true.
Good riddance, Carly.
Hashtag 96 months too long.
Oh, the car. Right. Well, now's the perfect time to head over to the Honda Summer Clearance event. We've got great deals on the Honda Civic, the best-selling car in its class. So ditch that loser.
Hey.
Still talking about the car.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
Gerald Hyundai moves you forward with a full line of the most fuel-efficient, affordable cars on the road. And we make it easy to save big on your favorite models. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all models to qualified buyers. Drive home today in a new Gerald Hyundai, all backed by the Gerald exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. There's an exciting drive ahead only at Gerald Hyundai. Gerald Hyundai at I-88 and Orchard Road, or visit geraldhyundai.com.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
It's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook. Book your next special memory at the Champagne Lodge today. You know you deserve it.
Comcast Sportsnet, your home for Chicago Cubs baseball.
Welcome back. Brewers 2, Cubs no score.
Follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on Comcast Sportsnet. Brought to you by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Visit Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side, so 2-0. The Brewers have the lead. Interesting lineup tonight, Patrick. Joe has talked about giving guys a little bit of a rest. The Cubs 100 games into the season. Tonight it's Chris Bryant getting the night off. We saw Castro and Soler off yesterday.
Yeah, we were joking with Bryant today, you know, are you getting traded or something like that? And he kind of left that off. Obviously, that's not part of the equation. I think someone joked, one of the players, like, yeah, for Mike Trout, maybe. But, yeah, we'll see. Chris doesn't really put too much stock into this idea of a rookie wall. I think there are times where he has looked a little fatigued, but they're playing games that matter, and that should give him, you know, a bounce down the stretch.
Castro fouls. JD, do you buy into the rookie wall? I buy into the wall.
Yeah, I'm
for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's a long grind, and I think days off are really important, and I think they're undervalued by the industry as a whole. I think players would be better served to get more days off.
Line drive. Bad luck. He hit it right at Davis.
There's been a few of those tonight here for the Cub hitters. Coughlin's had a couple.
Here's Ross with one out. So Joe talked about social media today. Right here.
Yeah, it was interesting with the Carlos Gomez, Wilmer Flores debacle. I guess this idea of, you know, him out at shortstop, you know, literally in tears,
right,
wiping away the kind of the organization that brought where he grew up. And Joe said, you know, it's awkward. Even though he has a huge Twitter following, he's not necessarily a huge fan of it. He did that more to help kind of promote the Rays, you know, when they needed it. And, you know, now these players hear it from everywhere. I mean, a lot of them are on Twitter. And if they're not, their families are, their friends are, their agents certainly are. So, you know, I guess the medicals or financial issue with the Mets kind of held things up. And obviously, Carlos Gomez is heading to the Astros now.
I think the Brewers or somebody on their team tweeted a photo from their plane last night as he was literally shaking hands with everybody. So, you know, great to see you, you know, catch you down the road. And then he ended up staying, and then he's in the lineup tonight, and then he gets traded.
I remember the good old days when you only got buried on talk radio. And now it's everybody with a Twitter account could bury you.
Looks like Ryan Dempster was going to the Braves a couple of years ago, and there was some sort of miscommunication, and that's how the Cubs wound up with Kyle Hendricks, you know, in that deal with the Rangers.
Well, this will be a fun one for, I think, for the Brewers. Maybe not so fun for the Mets. Who knows? But to find out in the end, 5-6 years down the road, if what they got from Houston would end up being better than what they would have gotten from the Mets. Let's hear from Joe Maddon on social media.
It's the world we live in right now. There's a lot of things in today's existence that I think make everything better. I can't tell you that social media actually does. You got to live with it. It's where we're at right now. It's like anything else. Hopefully it's going to be modified to the point where maybe people are going to actually get tired of it, and it's not going to have the same pertinency that it appears to have right now. It's unfortunate, especially for the players involved. It really is.
Strike on Jake Arrieta.
I think it would have been great if Joe would have said hashtag, in my opinion. Hashtag according to Joe.
Ross walked. Arrieta pushes a bunt. It'll be a tough play. Jeanette, and he got him. Just got him at first. That's the 4th sack bunt by a Cubs pitcher the last 2 days.
Cubs pitchers are on a roll.
Wow.
John Lester, 14 strikeouts yesterday and 3 sacrifice bunts. He had himself a nice day, and Arrieta almost got a base hit here. He's trying to move David Ross along. Almost got a little more for his money.
Should add, Patrick, and I think we mentioned this the other night as well, even if the Cubs don't make a move by tomorrow, August is still a very busy time.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about Starlin, this idea of you're not being traded, and certainly, you know, that's, Joe wouldn't have said that if he didn't have some sort of inside information about that, and you know, that doesn't mean he has no trade clause now, but I mean, certainly you look at some of the players out there, some of the type of deals that the Cubs are looking at, I still think they'll probably get a pitcher by Friday. I think they're kind of waiting for some of the prices to fall, and maybe with some of these bigger name pitchers off the board, you know, things will open up. But certainly August is a time where they could do something as well.
Well, one price did fall, I guess, because David Price going to the Blue Jays. Gary Jones might want to go stand in the clubhouse because he's already been hit once by an Addison Russell screamer, and he just about got hit again.
So he has two choices. He can move way down the line or move a lot closer to home plate to change the angle, and he's opted for plan B. And he's hearing it from the boys in the dugout.
Brewers got 2 in the 3rd off Arrieta. Cubs only have 1 hit off Nelson. 2-2.
And maybe I misunderstood it, but I interpreted the Joe's comments to Starlin when he came out of the game in the double switch and then wasn't in the lineup the next day. You know, it's basically, I don't have any information for you. You're not being traded. Like, don't react to this as if we're trading you. We're not going to trade you. I don't think they made any kind of commitment or promise or anything like that. He's crazy too. You can't.
Yeah,
you know.
I just don't think Joe would have said it the way he did publicly if he didn't have a better inkling of what might happen in the next couple of days.
Yeah, maybe, you know, at least the short term, long term, who knows what will transpire. Patrick, thanks for the time as always. Our Cubs insider, 2-0 Brewers.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Drive a new 2015 Ford F-150, the future of tough, for just $249 a month. See your local Ford dealer today.
Every auto insurance policy has a number. But not every insurance company understands the life behind it. Those who have served our nation have earned the very best service in return. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Punch it. You feel that? That's the IV Tech at work. It regulates the intake and the exhaust valves to optimize performance at any RPM. Nice. Yes!
Hurry into the Acura. It's that kind of summer event.
Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Sportsnet Central Update. Let's get you caught up on all the moves around the majors so far. As you already heard during the broadcast, Carlos Gomez finally moved, but today to the Astros. Yeah, the Dodgers acquire Matt Latos, Alex Wood in a 13-player deal. Pirates snag closer Joaquin Soria from the Tigers. Blue Jays get the biggest prize in David Price. Join me and Holly after the game for Cubs postgame live and more. Aroldis Chapman, could he be going to the Diamondbacks? That rumor's out there. Jay Bruce, maybe to the Mets. Back to Milwaukee.
Cap, thank you. Jonathan Lucroy gave Milwaukee the lead with an RBI double in the 3rd. We're down the bottom of the 5th. Now it's to Castro at short.
Folks, on August 13th, you can join John Lester for the first ever Never Quit night at the Metro. Be there for the 3 Up, 3 Down event. This is a fun take on a Hollywood Squares. Bid on great auction items and enjoy dinner and cocktails as well. Net proceeds from the event help fund pediatric cancer research. Tickets are on sale now. For more information, visit CubsCharities.com.
Sinker misses low on Braun. Walked, caught stealing in the first. Infield hit. RBI in the third. It's interesting. Braun, you know, he had the suspension 2013. Prior to that suspension, 944 career games. Slash line 312, 374, 564. Since returning 230 games, 266, 328, 464. So all the rate stats down. Now he's had right thumb issues really throughout this entire stretch as well. But that's going to kind of hang over him until those numbers improve, or if they do.
Well, I ball hit just now.
Yes.
Back in the day, it might have flown out of here.
Lind is grounded out and lined out. Called strike. Changeup. 0-2.
And a good solid run producer for a number of years with Toronto. Maxed out with 35 home runs in 2009. Last year he only played 96 games for the Jays due to injury. Just about there. This is game number 95 for him this year. The numbers are back. He's gone deep 16 times. Got an OPS of 856.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. It's a first 1-2-3 tonight for Arrieta. To the 6th, 2-0 Milwaukee.
Hey, Chicago, ever worry you're going to end up on one of those teeny tiny itty bitty regional jets? We don't. Southwest only flies 737s. You know, the big ones. The bags fly freeing, no change feeing, people loving, low fare leading airline. But that didn't fit on the side of our plane.
Round and round it goes. How fresh it is, nobody knows. Not at Wendy's. We cook our bacon fresh every day. Only the best for the Baconator. Applewood smoked bacon on a half-pound of fresh beef. Don't keep the Baconator waiting.
Scouting is an important part of baseball, but it's also an important part of shopping. I'm looking for hustle. That's fast enough. Now let's see if you can catch. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Henry posted. New apartment comes with the garage. It's time for a big boy car.
Congrats, Henry. Hurry into the Honda Summer Clearance event. You can get a great deal on the Honda Accord from KBB.com's best overall brand. With a rear view camera and text message reader standard, it's the perfect big boy car.
Awesome. I'll be right over.
We're open late.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
know you live and die with your Cubs.
So plug into CSN's Cubs page as insider Patrick Mooney delivers the latest team news and more.
Plus, connect with other diehards by using the hashtag Cubs Talk.
Visit our Cubs page today at csnchicago.com, brought to you by Wintrust.
As promised earlier in the game, we have selected our Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your strongest fan photo to Northside Data Strong Fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
Superfan Natalie, man, she's in the Mount Rushmore of Cub fans.
Is that Natalie?
Yeah.
I was reading the copy. Congrats, Natalie. Third time through against Nelson.
Bumped into her leaving the ballpark the other night. She told me she was on Windy City Live the other day.
Wow. Oh, 0-2. Fowler has struck out and walked. Jason Hamill and Taylor Youngman tomorrow. Kyle Hendricks, Matt Garza on Saturday. Kyle Loesch for the Brewers on Sunday. Cubs still have not announced their starter.
And Taylor Youngman, former first-round pick, really throwing the ball well. Brewers are very excited about his prospects.
Called strike 3.
There is the matchup. Game 2 of a 4-game set. They've got their hands full with Jimmy Nelson here tonight. He was a second-round pick in 2010. Considered one of the top Brewer prospects. Had been for a number of years. Just one hit allowed so far tonight. The Rizzo double to lead off the second.
Ground ball this time. Jeanette's got to charge it, and he beats a hustling Schwarber. So 2 down. Now Coughlin.
And that Reds beatdown of the Pirates you referred to, Brandon Phillips has hit 2 home runs and has driven in a career high 7. Reds banged out 17 hits, scored 14 runs. A.J. Burnett allowed 7, earned, and 4 1/3.
Sausage race coming soon.
Nationals beat the Marlins 1-0 today. Max Scherzer picked up his 11th win with 7 shutout innings. Drew Storn set up Jonathan Papelbon.
Was he happy about it?
Well, I don't think so. some comment where Papelbon told members of the media that I was talking to Storen after the game in the shower, and he said, man, you got a really good slider. You're going to have to show me how to throw that tomorrow. He's trying to play nice.
Didn't he also say he wants to break the all-time saves record? Didn't he have to pitch until he's about 48
yeah.
to do that? I mean, it's a nice goal to set, but strike 3, inning over, 6 punch-outs for Jimmy Nelson.
Everybody talks. It started with the whisper. People just can't stop talking about Ford. Announcing the Ford Summer Sales Event. Now get our best offers of the year on Focus, Fusion, and Escape. 0% financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 cash back, and no payments until fall. That's 0% financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 cash back, and no payments until fall on Fusion, Escape, and Focus. So hurry to the Ford Summer Sales Event.
CSN Chicago is giving away 2 behind-the-scenes experiences on the North Side, including a visit to the broadcast truck and booth before a game. For your chance to win, visit csnchicago.com/northside. This sweepstakes is brought to you by the Chicago North Agency of Country Finance.
At Kia, we have some really big news. Soul and Sorrento, both just ranked highest in their segment in initial quality by J.D. Power. To celebrate, we're holding the Kia Sign It and Drive It sales event. With 0 down, 0 at signing, and 0 first month's payment on select models. It's never been easier to experience award-recognized quality. All it takes is your signature. The Kia Sign It and Drive It sales event. Hurry in today.
Hurry into the BMW Mission to Drive and receive a credit of up to $1,500.
That's an extreme example. Obviously, he's working out outside in the heat, but still.
Ryan Rua to center and got by Ellsbury. It's going to the wall. Rua turning it on. Can he get 4?
He's going to try.
He is coming around third, being waved home. Here comes the throw. The slide. He's an inside the park home run for Ryan Rua.
How about that? Ryan Rua with an inside the Parker. 5-5 tie, Yanks and Rangers in the sausage race. Looks like the hot dog's going to run away with it tonight.
Well, keep your eye on Italian. He's got a big kick. From the inside the Parker to the inside the Porker.
Ooh. Photo finish. Who won?
Italian.
Italian won, huh? Good comeback. Curveball strike, slider, swing and a miss. 0-2 on Davis.
Cubs are 19-7 all time when Italian wins the sausage race here in Milwaukee.
Sinker just off the lower outside corner.
Jake has done a nice job. Struggled with his command early, was really fighting himself out there, but seems to have settled in. The fastball command has improved. He's used his changeup a little bit more than he normally does.
And he got him for 6.
On Friday, August 7th, the Cubs and Giants play. First pitch at 3:05. First 10,000 adults 21 and over will receive a floppy hat presented by Rum Chata. Rum Chata. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Rum Chata Chata.
Hey, bada.
1 strike on Jeanette. So just to follow up on our conversation with Patrick, trade deadline tomorrow. I think it's important to note that one bounced toward right, cut off by Rizzo, and Arrieta quickly over. We're not in in the war room, or we don't have daily conversations with Theo and Jed. Who you talking to? That's not our job. But I think it's pretty obvious, JD, based on where the Cubs are right now, not only the standings, but the overall process. There's not a desperation. Would they like to add? Of course they would. Are they going to stretch or overreach to add? No. Theo said it the other day. If they spend a lot to get somebody, it's going to be somebody they're going to get for just beyond this year. If they rent somebody, they hope to not give up much. And if they don't do something at all, it's because they couldn't get the right price.
Right. I think the word he used was rational.
They're going to be rational. 2-0 Brewers. We go to the 7th in Milwaukee.
Need an oil change? At CarX Tire and Auto, full-service oil changes are just $19.99.
Love music, celebrating with all my friends. Fam so proud, wish grandma could see this trend. If you feel it in your soul like the vibe should, grab somebody, enjoy life.
You're finally here. Long way from the Sandlot. First game in the majors? You don't know ARP, because this family is enjoying a cross-country baseball stadium trip they planned online at AARP Travel. It's where your journey begins with inspiration, planning, booking, and hot travel tips from real pros. If you don't think seize the trip when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Do you have tough cleaning jobs around your house? Calcium deposits, lime, rust stains, yuck. Well, clean up fast with CLR. CLR's powerful formula blasts through tough cleaning problems inside and outside the house. It tackles buildup on shower heads, even coffee pots. And CLR has an EPA designed for the environment seal, so it's safer for your family and the planet. CLR, tough on yuck, gentle on everything else.
CLR is available at these fine stores.
Every night, get ready for the most dynamic show in Chicago. Epic highlights. The hardest hitting interviews.
We've got a good bullpen. These guys are all young and getting better.
Your city, your teams, your show. This is Sportsnet Central. Tonight, after post-game live, presented by GMC. Only on Comcast Sportsnet.
2-0 Brewers here as we head to the 7th. Saturday, August the 8th. Cubs-Giants, 3:05. First 10,000 will receive a Ron Santo retired number flag presented by StubHub. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Getting late, and Jimmy Nelson is in a very good stretch here as of late, has a 2-0 lead. Strike on Rizzo. Either he didn't think it was a strike or he's mad at himself for not swinging. Guessing the former. Swings at that one and he lines it over a leaping Jeanette into right. So the Cubs have 2 hits tonight. Both belong to their first baseman. And both have led off an inning.
And just 4 base runners, a couple of hits, a couple of walks. Best chance came in the 2nd. Rizzo doubled, went to 3rd on a wild pitch, but was stranded there.
Swing and a miss. So back to May. Flashback time.
That would work.
Not this time, though. Strike 3 called. Well, how many looking has that been? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 of the 7.
And the last 4. First 3 were swinging, last 4 all looking, and he's just been throwing darts. Inside corner, bottom of the knees. Have to respect that breaking ball away.
In there on Castro. Cubs went 2 and 4 on the homestand. They did win 2 of 3 against the Rockies after getting swept by Philadelphia. Runner goes 0-1, bounce to short. They stay out at 2, I think. Safe at second, out at first. So Rizzo on the move to stay out of that very situation. And it'll be a runner at second now with 2 outs. So that'll go 6-4-3 just to get Castro.
Yeah, and smart play by Jeanette here to get out of harm's way. Now Rizzo's not thinking about breaking up a double play. He's thinking about beating that play to second base. So his intention is to get the bag, not Scooter Jeanette. So he gets into scoring position. Brewers don't get their double play, but they do get the out at first base. Jeanette sidesteps Rizzo, slings it on over to first to get Castro.
Rafael Soriano on the left, Pedro Strop on the right.
Chris Bryant on deck
for Arrieta. So let's see, Jake at 97 pitches. If Ross does not continue the inning, I'm guessing Jake will come back out for one more.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the bullpen's been a little shaky of late. Arrieta is one of the best pitchers in the league, so you put your trust in him, especially the way he has turned his outing around here tonight.
The count.
David showing Nelson exactly where he wants this next pitch.
Right-hander Jeremy Jeffress.
Pretty good incentive here for Nelson to challenge David Ross with Bryant standing on deck.
Walked in, that will get Chris Bryant to the plate. Second time Ross has walked. Rick Kranitz, a member of the Cubs organization, well-respected pitching coach, will head out to the mound.
Nelson had been sailing along here in complete control of this ball game, but all of a sudden he finds himself in a little bit of a precarious situation. Rizzo single, Ross 2-out walk, and here comes Chris Bryant. Grant's in the scouting report on Bryant. Pitching coach, you always want to emphasize the positives. Here's how you're going to get him out. You don't want to go out there with the message, whatever you do, don't hang him a breaking ball or something to that effect. You want to plant that negative seed in the pitcher's head.
So off the bench in a big spot. First and second, 2 outs, Cubs down 2-0. Very little happening here offensively tonight. 1-0.
You would expect Bryant to see a lot of sliders from Nelson, given Nelson's repertoire and Bryant's reputation. There's 2 in a row. The problem for Nelson, they're off the plate. Bryant kind of wise to what he's trying to do. Not overly anxious, and now he's worked his way into a hitter's count.
Well, the last time he came off the bench when he wasn't in the lineup, he hit for Dallas Beeler in the 3rd inning in Cincinnati and came up with a 2-run single to tie it. Two and 1.
Great pitch there. A lot of times the pitcher, if they're going to throw a breaking ball in a hitter's count like this, will get a little lazy. I'm just going to throw a get over breaking ball. And that's the one you can really get hurt on.
Three and 1. Nelson at 100 pitches tonight. Nearing the end of the line. Here it is. It's a strike. 3-2.
David Rackley, the home plate umpire, hearing from Joe Maddon, who thought this pitch was low. Looked low. Pitch tracks liked it.
Rizzo at second. Ross at first. There they go. 3-2. Fouled out of play.
Everything's been down and most everything away. Chris will chase that elevated fastball, and we saw Nelson up there a little bit early in the game. He hasn't thrown many pitches up there lately.
Another foul. This one rolled past first. Well, can't say Nelson's made any mistakes in this sequence, but the old adage goes, right? The longer an at-bat goes, the better chance the pitcher, especially a fatigued one, might make a critical mistake.
Yeah, if you've decided to be cautious here, you got to commit to it. And that's what happens sometimes in this situation. Nelson probably feels like if I walk him, I'm out of the game. Sometimes that thinking will lead to a little bit of a lazy pitch, in the zone. If they're playing, I'm thinking LaCroix's probably wanting to go slider off the plate, down and away, or hard in on the hands. LaCroix probably doesn't want to strike here. Doesn't want to pitch in the zone.
Russell waits on deck. And the third 3-2 pitch is on its way home, and he struck him out. That's a big one for Nelson. And we'll stretch here in Milwaukee. It's still 2-0 Brewers.
This is an iPhone. And unlike most smartphones, we designed the hardware part and the software part. So the hardware part makes the most of the software part, and the software part makes the most of the hardware part. Yep. When you design the whole phone, all the parts work together as one amazing part. If it's not an iPhone, it's not an iPhone.
Light up your home with Patriot Lighting from Menards. The Jacob Outdoor Wall Light with seated glass is available in 3 finishes, $24.99 each. The Elliott LED Outdoor Wall Light with clear glass, also in 3 finishes, $39.99 each. Keep your home secure with a quick set smart key lock set. These lock sets install in minutes and feature one-touch locking. Available in nickel, bronze, or bright brass finishes. Right now, they're just $99 each.
Save big money at Menards.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $30 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming. Because you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an Xfinity X1 double play for $89.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Don't miss your chance to catch the best matchups in baseball. Reserve your place in line for history in the making by joining the season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy and free to register. For details, it's Cubs.com/waitlist. 2-out opportunity, but Jimmy Nelson struck out Chris Bryant, the pinch hitter, on a 3-2 offering, and now it's veteran right-hander Rafael Soriano, who has really struggled since joining the ball club. So you just hope that that rust will wear off here and he'll get locked in. Kyle Schwarber now catching. Coughlin to left, Bryant to third. So Ross is out. This is the kind of move you make as a manager when you're trailing. And as Perez grounds out to Russell.
Good start here for Soriano. It's been a rough go for him so far. His brief time in a Cub uniform. Struggle with location. And then real good snap. Crispness on his pitches.
Speaking of catchers, had a very quick chat with Miguel Montero, who took some swings today. Saw him in the clubhouse. He's coming back from the thumb issue.
Yeah, he's anxious. Doctors have told him that it will not be 100% during this season. It'll take longer to heal, but he feels like he's good to go, or awfully close to being good to go anyway.
Swing by Shane Peterson. Jimmy Nelson leaving with a 2-0 lead. He gave up 2 hits in his 7 innings of work. So if the Cubs are going to get it done late, it'll be against their bullpen. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Lunging at the breaking ball from Soriano. 2 quick outs.
Hey, there's a new guy, Ben Rowan, along with James Russell. Watch this. That's funky.
Yeah, Joe, that's exactly what Joe said. He's funky, and I like funk.
Parra 1 out of 3 with a stolen base and a run. He's run his career best hitting streak to 14 games. So a lower leverage situation here for Soriano with his team trailing by a couple, and you're just trying to get him some confidence here, right?
Yeah, just trying to, keep running him out there so he can develop some feel.
Off the outside, 1-2. Foul the other way. Well, Jake Arrieta, you mentioned Cubs got no hit in his last start. No runs, 2 hits while he was in the game tonight. That's some bad luck.
Yeah, it sure is. It was John Lester that well, all the Cub pitchers probably make a case for a little better run support. Early on it was Kyle Hendricks. John Lester just came off a long run where he pitched very well but didn't have much in terms of wins due to lack of run support. Arrieta snake bit here the last couple times out. Parr continues his good work. 2 out of 4 here tonight for the National League leader in batting average of the month of July. Stole a bag in the 3rd. Might be looking to do the same here in the 7th.
One in Baltimore tonight. Tigers lead the Orioles 9-8, top of the 9th. Reds all over the Pirates 15-5 after 7. JD mentioned Brandon Phillips And that huge night. Rockies scoring more runs. 8-6 over the Cardinals late. They're in the 8th. White Sox winning streak on the line. 7 and counting, but they're down 8-2 in Boston in the bottom of the 8th. They had Chris Sale on the mound tonight too. But that's baseball. It was Chris Sale and Stephen Wright. I'm sure everybody's thinking, well, that's 8 in a row. Not so fast. Yankees 6, Rangers 5, bottom 7 in Arlington. There goes Parra. Throw skips under the glove of Russell. That'll allow Parra to reach third. So steal and an error. And it'll be charged to Schwarber.
Russell not able to knock that ball down, so an extra 90 feet for Parra.
Twins have an 8-5 lead over the Mariners in the 6th in Minneapolis. Angels and Astros scoreless in the 8th. That's a big game. Houston with a 1-game advantage over the Angels in the American League West. Indians 3, A's 1. They're just underway, bottom 1st in Oakland. Nationals shut out the Marlins 1-0 in Miami today. Phillies beat the Braves 4-1. Blue Jays 5-2 over Kansas City. That's a final. High drive to left. Chris Coghlan makes the catch, and the inning is over. To the 8th, 2-0 Milwaukee.
Hey, Chicago. Did you know that we can fly you internationally from Midway to your favorite places in Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, and the Caribbean? You didn't? Well, that's why we're here. Ta-da! Chicago, you have lots of sunny options. So long, stateside. Hello, lots of sunny opportunities. Book now at southwest.com.
You stream music, movies, TV, stuff you shouldn't watch in public, like that guy. Everything's on demand, so why wait 2 years to upgrade your phone? What if you made the wrong choice? Or an even wronger choice?
Yeah, I know.
And you. Hi, I'm on this phone to tell you more about phones. Oh, you actually chose wisely.
Introducing Jump on Demand. Get the phone you want when you want, including a new iPhone 6 for $0 upfront and just $15 a month.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Drive the new 2015 Ford F-150, the future of tough, for just $249 a month. See your local Ford dealer today.
It is time for the Binny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game. Right-hander Jimmy Nelson in a terrific stretch, trying to get his season record to 500 and beat the Cubs for the first time.
Boy, just a great sequence here with Brian. He followed along there. He's not willing to give in the middle of the strike zone. That one fastball there caught a decent part of the play, but other than that, everything was down around the knees, off that outside corner, and then finally the two-seam fastball running down and in to finish off Chris. Outstanding outing for young Jimmy Nelson here tonight. Now he hands it over to right-hander Jeremy Jeffress, who is on for the 47th time. 3-0 with a 298. He has struck out pretty much a man per inning. Hitters probably don't mind to see someone other than Nelson the way he was going. Yep. Jeffress throws hard. Mid to upper 90s fastball and a curveball. Once in a great while, a changeup.
Russell, Fowler, Schwarber. Strike 95. So I mentioned the Blue Jays a winner over Kansas City today. Troy Tulowitzki's played in 2 games with the Blue Jays as their leadoff hitter, something he had never done previously with the Rockies.
Yeah, went deep last night in his first game with the Jays.
Inside, 3-1. Bounce toward the middle, base hit. Leadoff single, Addison Russell. So the Cubs with 3 hits, all to start an inning.
It looked like Segura might be able to make a play on that ball, but it had a lot of top spin, and that last bounce really shot through the infield.
Well, this might be your chance getting here back to the top of the order. Strike call. Looking ahead, if you've got to face K-Rod in the 9th, he's 23 out of 23 in save chances this year with a .150 ERA. Impossible, but he's been really good.
Perhaps due to cough one up. Well, lefties coming next. Schwarber, Coughlin, and Rizzo after the switch hitter Fowler. There's Will Smith. So he's ready to go.
See the indie ball story with Eric Burns and the computer calling balls and strikes.
I saw they were going to roll that out.
Yeah.
How's it working?
I read the story today. It sounded like it worked pretty well. I think it's worth trying. Certainly at that level. Base hit right field. Russell stopping at second. Throw goes right to the bag, and he dives back. 2 on, nobody out for Schwarber.
A smart decision by Russell, down 2. No need to push it there. Trying to put an inning together. You don't want to make any mistakes on the bases. Greg Counsell's going to go get his lefty Smith. The back-to-back singles off Jeffress here, and the Astros, or the Cubs, excuse me, have something cooking.
So it's a Weber's Sauces and Seasonings call to the pen. Why grill with anything else? We will be back.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
I'm gonna crack like nobody's watching and eat like I skipped lunch. Why? Because Red Lobster's Crab Fest is back, and I'm diving into so much crab, so many ways. Like crab lover's dream with luscious snow and king crab legs and rich crab Alfredo. Or this snow crab bake. Who knew crab goes with everything? Whoever put crab on this salmon, that's who. With flavors like these, I'm almost too excited to eat. Hey, I said almost. And now that it's back, get cracking while you still can.
Into the Acura. It's that kind of summer event.
Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the ILX.
Next time you head to a game, the Cubs suggest public transportation. If you ride the bike, there's a courtesy bike check. Clark and Addison. And if you drive your car, the Cubs provide free parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games from 3900 North Rockwell. For details, visit Cubs.com.
Weber's Sauces and Seasonings called to the pen. Left-hander Will Smith.
Fresh Prince works for the 49th time. 4 wins out of the pen with a 2.39 ERA. Very good strikeout rate, but look at those splits, reverse splits. Far better against right-handed hitters than lefties.
He served a 6-game suspension earlier this year for a foreign substance on his right forearm. That was an incident in Atlanta in May. Originally it was an 8-game suspension, but ultimately had it reduced as that ball is fouled in and out of Lucroy's mitt. He had sunscreen and rosin on his forearm. Said he forgot to wipe it off in the bullpen before coming into the game on a chilly and windy night. And that kind of spurred a conversation around baseball about whether or not that stuff should be allowed, since apparently a lot of guys do it. 0-2.
Well, a lot of people drive too fast. Break the law, pay the price.
Well said. Kick and the 0-2, and he got it. Schwarber strikes out.
Smith didn't look like a guy who struggles with lefties in that sequence. There's a lot of sliders, and that's what he used there to get Schwarber.
Chris DeNorfia will hit for Coughlin. And before that happens, Rick Kranitz will head out to discuss strategy.
Talk a lot about pitchers who like to work up in the strike zone, climbing the ladder with their fastball. You saw Smith there just working progressively further off the outside part of the plate. First one on the plate, then on the edge, and then just off the edge to get Kyle. Kranitz and LaCroix with the conversation, and Smith just listening along as if to say, well, whatever you guys decide, I'm good with.
Russell, bottom of your screen at second. Fowler's at first. And a pitch to Chris DeNorfia misses high. Here's that foreign substance. Kind of looked obvious. Sunscreen and rosin.
You're going to do the goo. You're going to do the time.
1-1. Michael Blazek. Foul. Two runs in this ball game. Back-to-back RBI hits. Lucroy and Braun in the third off Jake Arrieta. That's been it. In the air to right, easy play, Braun. Two gone. Rizzo.
Well, here we go. K-Rod waiting for the ninth. Rizzo up with a couple of men on. Homered yesterday, double single so far here tonight. Recently he had that batting average dip below 280 for the first time since the middle of April. Trending in the right direction here the last couple of days.
Like a premeditated swing there as he got a breaking ball instead of a fastball. 0-1 on Anthony. Back-to-back hits to start this eighth inning, but 2 outs since. The theory was he swung at the first one. Maybe he'll do it again. I don't think so.
Awfully nimble back there behind the plate. No doubles for the Brewers. Very deep in the outfield. Lind at first, tight to the line.
Wow.
Guess it doesn't matter much how deep you play in the outfield when the ball ends up in the seats. Wow is right. The night where the Cubs lineup had been pretty much dormant. Life in the eighth, and then the big fella delivers. How sweet is that? That's number 18 for Rizzo. That got out of here in a hurry.
Ford home run replay. Don't hurt yourself. So that's it for Will Smith. Weber sauces and seasonings called to the pen. Cubs lead 3-2 in the eighth.
Hi, can you open the razor case, please?
Photo ID.
I'm just grabbing some razors.
Grabbing? Put your index finger in there, sir, please.
I just need to get in a case.
Why do you need to get in the case so bad?
So I can buy some razors?
It's almost like they don't want you to buy their razors. Well, I want you to buy mine. DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors for just a few bucks.
There are measures we can offer.
other agents in the field?
I work alone.
Okay, what's it gonna take?
I want a guarantee.
He wants the card.
I'm in.
He's good.
Drop my phone.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Get your road trip started today. For details, visit minidealer.com/countryman-offers.
Cubs lead 3-2 on Anthony Rizzo's home run. Weber's sauces and seasonings call to the pen. Michael Blazek. Anthony Rizzo with a huge night. Double, single, go-ahead, 3-run homer.
What a show he has put on here tonight as Blazek comes in for the 41st time. Having a nice year, 181 ERA, low batting average against. 2 strikeouts for every walk. Will Smith left to contemplate it all.
Two outs, bases cleared. And ball one.
Last couple of weeks, the Cubs have had a lot of games decided by late home runs on both sides. Had some get away. They've had some big dramatic swings of the bat. Joe Maddon, talking about it the other day, said, hey, it happens every night around baseball. Sometimes you steal some. Sometimes you have them stolen from you. He said, we just got to get better at stealing them and not giving them away.
Right field corner. Out of play.
Now the burden falls to the bullpen to protect this lead here in the 8th.
Bottom of the 8th will belong to Pedro Strop tonight.
No decision for Arrieta. Possible win for Soriano.
Called strike 3 to end the inning. Anthony Rizzo the last 2 days has come up big. 2-run homer yesterday and a 3-2 win over the Rockies. Tonight, go ahead 3-run bullet in the 8th. Nice grab, young man. 3-2.
To win a national championship once is a big deal. Binny's Beverage Depot has won it 3 times as National Retailer of the Year for wine, spirits, and beer. Low prices, a gigantic selection, and super service. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
At Intel, they make technology that gives you the power of a PC and fun of a tablet.
I could turn it into a tablet and do my spreadsheets?
I said fun of a tablet?
Exactly.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel Inside.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I thought you measured.
I did measure it. Just take the cushions off.
They are off.
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't.
Simply call before you move and we'll bundle DirecTV with internet and home phone services for one low price. You'll get the best value, a savings of up to $120. Moving has never been more rewarding. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
White Sox, Yankees, tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan here with a Sportsnet Central update. Let's get you caught up on all the moves around the big leagues. As you already heard during the broadcast, Carlos Gomez finally traded. And last night it was the Mets. That fell through. Now he's an Astro. Dodgers acquire Matt Latos and Alex Wood in a 13-player deal. Pirates grab closer Joaquin Soria from the Tigers, who are imploding, and the Blue Jays get the biggest prize in David Price. Also, lots of rumors. Aroldis Chapman could be a Diamondback. They're negotiating with the Reds. And the Mets and Reds talking about a deal for Jay Bruce. Join me and Holly after the game. Cubs Postgame Live is next. Here's back to Milwaukee.
Pedro Strop against Ryan Braun. 8th inning, 3-2 Cubs and a strike on 96. Denorfia stays in, plays left.
Not exactly a soft landing for Pedro. 1-run lead to protect Ryan Braun in the box, but he's got the jump on him. 96 outside corner and then a good slider.
Enormous swing of the bat has turned this game around. Anthony Rizzo with a 3-run homer. Swing and a miss. Braun strikes out.
Well, high cheddar gets the job done.
Easy play to Denorfia. Lind a quick out. So it will be Rodriguez in the ninth, even with his team trailing.
Well, they didn't win much on their recent road trip, so he probably didn't get used a whole lot.
Mott and Russell. See Lester Strode on the phone to the dugout. Ground ball toward the hole. From a knee. Out at first. Castro got him.
Wow, how about that play? First the heroics from Rizzo, now Castro with a sparkling play.
Need an oil change? At CarX Tire and Auto, full-service oil changes are just $19.99.
Make the most of every sun-filled summer day with a refreshing Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. It's our refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. We've been brewing for 6 generations, and of all the beers our family brews, this one says summer.
When you move, Degree Motion Sense reacts. With unique microcapsules activated by movement to release bursts of freshness all day. Motion Sense, protection to keep you moving. Degree, it won't let you down.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the luxury of freedom, to venture further, to experience more, to make a routine of breaking with routine. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most capable models. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Attention, America. Get yourself a free half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade with any 10-piece meal or larger purchase. Because when you buy this chicken, there's free lemonade for the picking. It's finger-licking good.
Cubs fans, get ready for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Tomorrow morning, get ready for college football as Cap and Haw talk to Northwestern head football coach Pat Fitzgerald. Here are his thoughts on the upcoming season, Big Ten Conference, and the Wildcats. Don't miss Cap and Haw, presented by Horwitz and Associates, weekday mornings at 9 here on CSN. Breaking ball strike on Starlin Castro. Just made a terrific defensive play to end the bottom of the 8th. Blazek is still in there. Looks like it'll be Hector Rondon. He got the save yesterday. And it'll be Rondon in the bottom of the 9th. Tonight, broken bat, base hit to right.
Trade that lumber for a knock. It's funny, we saw Rodriguez warming up out there, and both came to the conclusion that he was going to pitch. Even with his club down a run, we're so conditioned to guys not going back out for another inning. Just getting ready in case the Brewers scored.
Castro on the move, and Herrera, a hit and run, fouled it. Third pinch hitter used tonight. Bryant, Denorfia, Herrera off the bench.
I'd be surprised to see Herrera try a drag bunt in this situation.
In and out of the glove of Lucroy. That could be big.
This one just squirts out of his hand, not even close. This should be a wild pitch. Barely made it into our screen.
Good bunt. And a hit for Herrera. Really setting up this inning now.
A great chance here to provide a little extra cushion for Rondon in the bottom of the 9th. Herrera willing to give himself up there just to get Castro over to third base, but he gets a little bonus. Perfect bunt. Perez can't handle.
Brewers will move their infielders in. Against Bryant. And he drives this one out of the right center. Braun will make the catch. Castro tagging. He'll score standing. Sacrifice fly for Bryant. 4-2 Cubs.
Way to play the game right there. Get him over, get him in.
Jeanette, Segura, and Perez due up in the bottom of the ninth for Milwaukee. Nice crowd tonight, as I referenced earlier. 36,306, and a lot of Cub fans. Didn't mean to. And that was a strange play.
Yeah,
Jeanette let it drop because he wanted to see if he could turn two. They get the force play at second.
Addy initially didn't break out of the box, but had time to shift gears and make it down to first base without an issue.
Meantime, the Cardinals have tied the Rockies with 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth. It's 8-8. Fowler. The final at Fenway, 8-2. Red Sox ended the White Sox 7-game winning streak. Also denied the White Sox a chance to get back to 500. 49-51 now.
So does that mean they're sellers now? Like all these teams in that kind of gray zone every day. Like, well, they're buyers, no, they're sellers, no, they're going to stand pat.
Cardinals have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth and an 8-8 deadlock. Here, the Cubs have put up 4 in these final 2 innings. And lead it 4-2. 1-1 on the way. Now 1-2 to Fowler.
It's the thing, right? If you're a general manager, and this is where you're, here and in the winter when you put your roster together, is where you really earn your keep. If you're a team like the White Sox, it's in the hunt, but you haven't been a very good team all year long. You're kind of still got some teams you got to climb over. I mean, you might not sell, but you got to listen, right? If somebody blows you out of the water for Samardzija,
I would think you would have to listen. Yep.
I mean, you might not actively shop him, but somebody gets desperate all of a sudden, decides he's the guy they got to have. Yankees had an injury to Pineda, it hurt his arm, and maybe all of a sudden they get in desperation mode. And pluck away a couple top prospects from another organization.
It's over in St. Louis. Bases loaded walk. Greg Garcia. John Axford walked in the winning run.
A tough go for him here lately.
It has.
Garcia's the kid that hit the home run off Strop, right?
Yep. Here's a final pitch in St. Louis. Ooh. Didn't even give himself a chance. Yeah, I think that was Garcia's first career homer, wasn't it? Off Strop.
Yeah, it sounds
St.
right.
Louis. Sounded like another crack bat. A blooper will drop. Russell to third. 3 more times on base for Dexter Fowler tonight.
Not exactly tearing the cover off the ball in this inning, but they'll take it. A couple broken bat hits, a bunt. Good tight turn at second for Russell. A chance for some real separation here with Schwarber batting. Kyle 0 for 4 tonight. 2 pair, ground outs to second and strikeouts.
Right down the middle to Schwarber. Off the outside this time. Nelson, Jeffress, Smith, Blazek for Milwaukee, Arrieta, Soriano, and Strop for the Cubs. Pitchers of record right now, Soriano and Smith. Hit. Here comes Russell. 5-2.
Nothing cheap about that one. Solid line drive RBI single for Schwarber. Crazy game. Cubs dormant all night long, and then all kinds of noise here in the 8th and 9th. They had 2 hits through 7. They now have 9.
To Norfia in the air. That ball hauled in by Davis. 2 big insurance runs. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Cubs looking for their 2nd straight win, leading 5-2.
A few features.
Oh, I've done my homework on the Hyundai Elantra. Remote start from my phone, 7-inch touchscreen nav with voice recognition, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Pandora, and a rear view camera.
And America's best warranty.
Now get the Elantra with up to $3,250 total cash or 0% APR for 5 years.
Speak. Listen. Cook. Get a haircut. Run. Walk. Get happy. Get mad.
There are many powerful ways to fight cancer. What will yours be?
Fifth Third Bank will give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open an essential checking account with qualifying activities. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
John is just 2 weeks away from walking down the aisle with Emily. Didn't see that one coming. Now we're groomsmen. We're just 475 short miles away from shenanigans. It's not gonna get too crazy. Might get a little weird.
You have places to go. Let us worry about getting you there. BP Gasoline with Invigorate. Fuel the journey.
Monday night will be in Pittsburgh. Cubs look to gain ground in the wild card race against Andrew McCutchen and the Buccos. Will have the first pitch at 6 o'clock Central right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Throwing Hector.
Saving the ball game yesterday, his 13th. Scoreless inning, a couple of strikeouts in a walk. He takes a 1.80 ERA to the mound with him here. This is his 47th appearance. 3-run lead. Down towards the bottom of the batting order. Should be easy.
Rondon can save it. Rafael Soriano would be 2-0 as a Chicago Cub.
1 earned run in his last 26 innings of work.
Jeanette is 1 out of 3. Everyone is nice. Starting a road trip successfully. A good thing. Slicing drive to Norphy has got it. Come from behind win here on the road. The offense doing very little in the first 7 innings. This one would feel extra good. Segura. Brewers are a last place club. And including tonight, the Cubs will see them 13 more times this season. So I don't think it's out of line to say that how the Cubs do against the Brewers is pretty significant.
Yeah, Brewers just got a little easier to beat too with the trade of Carlos Gomez today, and maybe some other pieces that are shipped off before the trade deadline expires tomorrow.
And happy birthday wishes. Cub fan Brady Callison watching tonight. And hoping the Cubs can hold on. Rizzo with a little tricky hop. Got him. A backhand flip to Rondon just in time to get Segura.
That ball had some funky spin. He really had to fight it. Ooh. The counsel might want to take a second look at that one. And correct counsel, why wouldn't you at this stage? It looked like Rondon beat him. Can't be many in the league to get down that line faster than Segura.
misses. Strike one. This should do it. Rondon's got to cover again. Cubs win. Cubs win. 1-2-3 go the Brewers in the ninth. Anthony Rizzo with a game-winning home run in the eighth. They scored 5 times tonight, JD, all in the final 2 innings.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Brewers had all their traffic early. Jake Arrieta had a hard time settling in. He gave up a couple runs in the third, but in essence came in relief of himself. Really turned things around for the remainder of his outing. Bullpen really good again tonight. And that man, Anthony Rizzo, right there with the big home run.
So that will wrap things up from the ballpark here in Milwaukee, but more to come. Join us Monday, 6 o'clock from Pittsburgh, the Cubs and the Pirates to start a 3-gamer. And for JD and our entire crew here in Milwaukee, Len Casper inviting you to stay tuned. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live is right around the corner.
How about that win? Cubs come from behind. Anthony Rizzo, a humongous upper deck home run. Tack on some insurance, and Hector Rondon nails it down. Cap and Holly with you on our Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. That is a really good win. At this stage of the season, when you're struggling, Jimmy Nelson's got you handcuffed. To find a way to win is big.
Well, when you think about it, you kind of beat the thing that your team got hung up on. I mean, we talk about runners in scoring position. We talk about not coming through at the beginning of the ball game, kind of playing from behind all the time. And what ends up happening is Anthony Rizzo, he steps up and gives you a great at-bat against a tough lefty and gives you the 3-run homer. You add a couple insurance runs, this thing turns into a convincing win. But that's the sense that I have. It wasn't, we beat the Milwaukee Brewers tonight. It was like, some of those things that have been plaguing us of late, we defeated those things tonight.
All right, we will have all the highlights for you. Show you Rizzo's big bomb and a whole lot more. Cubs win 5-2. Beat the crew. We'll be right back. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live.
Tom posted.
Dogs grew, car didn't. Hashtag Great Dane problems.
Wow, how old are they?
8 months.
You're gonna need a CRV, and you can find a great deal on one at the Honda Summer Clearance event. The CRV is Motor Trend's 2015 Sport Utility of the Year and a 2015 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Oh, he likes it.
Perfect.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our lives.
It's got reliability you can rely on.
AT&T UVerse high-speed internet. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on.
Love music, celebrating with all my friends. Fam so proud, wish grandma could see this trend. If you feel it in your soul like the vibe should, grab somebody, enjoy life.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
Deep to right. It is gone. 3-2 Cubs on one swing.
Cubs get her done. A dramatic come-from-behind win. 7 over 500, 5-9-1. A whole lot better than 2-6-0. And hello, welcome in to Cubs Post-Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Along with Todd Hollandsworth, I'm David Kaplan. All right, comes down to one inning for the Crew early. They get 2 off Jake Arrieta.
Right.
Cubs scuffle 0 for 7 with men in scoring position, and then Anthony Rizzo delivers.
Well, they kept themselves in position. You're right. I mean, Arrieta had his back against the wall back at the beginning of the ball game. The Brewers are putting a little something together, but you know what? Got things under control, back in check, and settled in. 6 solid innings. Bullpen kept it close. It has been a formula for us this year, kind of giving us an opportunity late. But what's been happening is that our best at-bats haven't been coming late until tonight. And Anthony Rizzo starts to bust out of that slump that he has been in. Homer yesterday, big one again today against the lefty. Fantastic at-bat, worked it back, 2 sliders, swung at 1, chased, and that's what we've seen Anthony do a little bit of. Laid off that second slider, earned that fastball, and did not miss it.
All right, let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game, and you can guess what it is. Will Smith on the hill, Anthony Rizzo has left the building. He has elevation. That one's into the second deck at Miller Park. The Cub fans in attendance rejoice. Rizzo got all of it.
Yeah, that's a great sign because, you know, elite players do things like this. This is what an elite player does. He picks up the team when the offense is struggling, and he was big tonight. Good at-bats all throughout the ballgame when there wasn't a whole lot going on. Right here, earned that fastball, just as I said. Chased the lead, first pitch slider in the dirt, then laid off of it. Earned that fastball right there, didn't miss it. It was a big, big at-bat, obviously, for this team. But Anthony Rizzo, listen, the offense rolls through him. He is our leader offensively, and he's got to kind of, pick it up here in the second half if we're going to do some things on the offensive side of things. And this is a great sign with what he did yesterday playing into today as well. All right, first go-ahead home run of Anthony Rizzo's career when trailing in the 8th inning or later. Time now for our Cholula pitching recap. And Jimmy Nelson, outstanding tonight. Improved to 6-1 over his last 8 starts if he had won tonight, but instead his bullpen lets him down. Jake Arrieta, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs earned, punched out 6, walked 3, 97 pitches, 61 for strikes. So both guys were right around the strike zone in that percentage you always like to talk about. Absolutely. Jake Arrieta was good. You go back to that 3rd inning where he gave up the single, the double, the single right there at the top of their lineup. The one thing that stands out there is the ability to keep it in check. Jake has done such a better job. If you think back over a couple years ago, even when he was with the Orioles, one of the things he had issues with, big innings would blow up on him. In that inning, he kept it in check. The damage was done early, but they weren't going to get anything else. So Arrieta, outstanding performance tonight, solid 97 pitches, left a few breaking balls up in the ball game tonight. That's the one thing that really stood out. His fastball command was pretty good. Again, not a whole lot of hard hit balls against him. There were a couple, but a solid performance from Arrieta. Yep, he pitched well again. You're right, the one pitch that got smacked was a curveball that just spun up there. Right, and like I said, it's that time of year where, I'm not saying that it's ideally what sometimes you're looking at. Fatigue starts to factor into this. That's just it. Sometimes you make mistakes in the second half of the season that you don't expect to, to obviously happen. You never do, but they just seem to happen a little bit more in the second half, as I said, as fatigue starts to set in. Arrieta looked strong tonight. Again, very, very good. Kept things in line, worked the breaking pitch away off the outside corner, used his cutter and his fastball down in the zone. This is a Brewers lineup that's been struggling a little bit, but you still have to respect the guys at the top. Parra, Lucroy, Braun, Lind. It's still a very, very good top of that lineup right there. They're the ones that did a little bit of damage against them, but for the most part, he rolled through them tonight. How about Arrieta? 7-1, NL best, .875 win percentage on the road. Entering tonight, gets the no decision, but you look at how he's pitched. He has been magnificent away from Wrigley. No, he's been real good. There's no denying that. You know how I feel with that. Talk going all the way back to the All-Star game. I've said it. He's an elite in our game. He's going to start being recognized that way. And these starts from now until the end of the season, as we continue to push for this wild card, get ourselves into the playoffs, are going to be big. And there's going to be a lot of attention on Jake and everything that he's accomplished. He's earned it. He's put himself in this position. It's real big starts coming his way the rest of the way, and it's going to be a test for him because, again, his story has been, are you going to get that full 35 starts? Can he do it, go over 200 innings, and still be that dominant guy? He's proven it to this point. We'll see if he can keep going. All right, now Starlin Castro's had a lot of rumors attached to his name. Will he be here? Won't he be here? Joe Maddon having to calm him down the other day. Well, he made a play tonight
that will be watched on the national highlight reels. He was magnificent at shortstop on a ball hit deep in the hole, and how he gets this thing over there from his knee, guns out Chris Davis. That was a big time play.
Pure athleticism right there. Starlin does it. I mean, you know, trade speculation, rumors. I lived it. I went through it here in Chicago. You got to find a way to get it out of your head. You're going to hear your name pop up in different places, different stories. Don't believe what you hear or what you see. Ask the New York Mets about that. But you know what? He's got to find a way to continue to produce out there on the field and kind of get this season back. There's an awful lot of time left for Starlin Castro to put together a strong second half and be a big, big player for us here as we push for the playoffs.
All right, we got to take our first time out here on Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Whole lot more to discuss. We'll be right back.
Cubs Post Game Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
How's it going up there?
I need more time!
You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking, he's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna go have our baby now.
My keys! I'm so nervous.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
Online check?
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Next time, save time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our lives.
It's got reliability you can rely on.
AT&T UVerse high-speed internet. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on.